Josh Causey is our guest on today's edition of Coming Home. Josh played at DBU from 2000 to 03 and set the single season home run record at DBU with 24 home runs in a single season. And Josh, you grew up in nearby Irving. Being close to the program, what was the recruiting process like for you, and what was it like to compete for a job in your freshman season here?
So I grew up obviously in the area, went to a lot of the baseball camps in the area, or every summer I would come out to the baseball camp and got to know Coach Hart, even Scott Hart, and through the day he would out here working the camps. And so as I got older, you come out and hit a couple over in BP on the field, and I was fortunate and got noticed, and that's kind of how my recruiting process went. So.
What a freshman season for you that year. That ball club goes to the NAIA World Series and all the way to the finals. What were some of the memorable moments from that season?
So we had a new coach that year. I was recruited by Harp, and then we played for Coach Riggleman. And team started off and struggled. And I think at one point we were below 500, and Coach posted a roster the next, I think on Monday, who was going to be able to play that week, and it set the tone. Some people had to earn some ways back on the team. That's to get back on the playing field, and but it set the ball in motion. I think we end up going on like 15, 17 game run. Kind of turned our season around, and most importantly that season, I mean, if we got 2 runs in a game, that was a lot. 3 runs was like, man, we were high scoring. So man, it was built around some key pitching, great defense, like John Browder, Kenny Trapp. We had to fight, scratch and claw that year, and but man, we were solid defense, solid pitching, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, this program's always been about development, and you're a big part of that. When you look back at your just single season numbers, you took a huge jump, 24 home runs in a single season, I believe, in your junior year. That set the single season mark for most home runs in a year. What allowed you to make that jump in terms of your power numbers?
I was fortunate the summer leading into that is I got to go play in Alaska with Athletes in Action, and hitting wood. It's probably the first summer I spent, hitting with wood bat all summer. And I put a lot of work into my swing, I think, the first couple of years. But then, coming out of that summer, I think naturally there were some things that hitting with wood all summer helped teach me. Maybe I didn't realize I was learning. Came back and put metal in my hands, and it seemed some things really clicked that fall, and just kind of carried over into the spring that year.
You stayed connected to the program, and just watching these teams through the years, there's great history, and there's great history with the power hitters like yourself. And there's been guys that have chased that record. Austin Listy tied your record with 24 home runs back in that 2017 season. Did you have a chance? And who are some of the guys that maybe you've tracked and watched as they neared and reached that record of yours?
So I think it's fun, it's exciting, because especially with even the way technology is changing the bats, and today it's for somebody to get there, it's an accomplishment. And I think that I followed Drew Holder. I got to play with him. I think he was a freshman my senior year, and so I got to play with him. I think he started to make a run at it and started following him. Austin Listy made it out to the regionals. I saw he might break it. Actually was at the game. I was like, well, if he's gonna break it, I'm gonna see it. And so it was fun to go out, and so fortunately for me, being a little selfish on that side, I got to say, well, we'll be tied, and I get to hang in there with him till next time. So, but no, it's great to be kind of, at least your names get mentioned. I mean, those guys have gone on and played some pro ball careers too, and so it's fun. It's fun to watch it, and I said I always get excited to kind of see somebody chasing it.
As we talk about some of those names that have come through the program, you've stayed very well connected to this program. What are those relationships meant to you with teammates, guys that you had a chance to play with, and also probably some guys that you've gotten to know well throughout the years that have been more some of the recent guys?
Yeah, thinking about, kind of preparing and thinking for this interview, kind of looking back, a lot of the baseball memories were harder to think of as much as the relationships that we built. The roommates, had the same roommates, Cody Sadler, Jared Guthrie, guys that all 3 years of school, that you just build the memories of traveling on buses and road trips, and the hard work you put in on the field. Like I said, those are more the memories I think you take away and remember, at least for me, with everything, with playing all 4 years here. I think that meant the most, and I kind of took away, is just the relationships that you did build.
So you come in part of that NAIA program, then you spend one season as part of a team that was at the Division II level. What does it mean now as you look at where this program has reached? Because you're one of those guys that's been a part of it in terms of laying the foundation, and to see the success that they have now at the Division I level. How special is that for you?
It's exciting for me to see. It gives you a lot of pride in the program. As I was recruited out of high school, they were starting the Division I process at that point. It's one of the reasons I committed to DBU at the time. New coaches, different expectations, and that changed to Division II kind of through my tenure. So, and then I think my senior year, they kind of reinitiated when Bard came on, I think they reinitiated that process to go Division I. So for me to look back on it now, and you tell people where you played, they immediately say, hey, it's a great baseball program there. And so it gives you a lot of pride because, the guys that we played with and the program that was built, there's a level of pride that it carries with when you say Division I and you say DBU baseball, that it carries. And so you're proud to say you're from here. Especially you look around the facilities today and what they've put in out here. I mean, man, who wouldn't want to play here?
This is Josh Causey, one of the all-time great power hitters in DBU baseball history, and he's been our guest on today's edition of Coming Home.